Always do that.
Do you know what household dust is made of?
You start to say something and then you just stop.
Cellulose, wood fibers, skin cells, leaf particles, insect antennae, and legs.
And I always stop breathing, waiting to hear what you're going to say next.
Ooh, a tasty stew for silverfish.
You know, one of these days, I am going to keel over dead, waiting for you to finish a sentence.
Oh, that's why silverfish can live in parts of the house where there's no food.
Our silverfish must be very well fed.
Are you saying I don't dust? I stand on chairs and dust.
I didn't marry you for your dusting.
Oh, well, what did you marry me for then?
Food. And sex. And scintillating conversation. And 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I was making a joke.
Not funny.
Hey, listen to this. You want to know how this guy chooses his victims?
No. What guy?
This serial killer guy in this book. He works for a big film developing laboratory. This is before video. He watches home movies from all over the country, and when he sees a family he likes, he goes and butchers everybody, even the family pet. I mean, isn't that neat?
Well, if he likes everybody so much, then why does he go and kill them?
A psychotic serial killer chooses his victims because he loves them.
Huh?
He loves them so much that he wants to be united with them in this ultimate orgasmic act of blood and death.
How come you know so much about the inner mind of a psychotic killer?
I'm a man.
Oh.
You know what the problem is? Men have got DOS in their heads. Women have Macintosh in theirs. I mean, our basic operating systems are just incompatible.
So you're saying that men and women don't belong together?
Nope.
The differences between them are just too great.
Yes.
Guess you want a divorce.
Okay.
All right, then.
That's settled.
Do you really want a divorce?
What I want is to read this paragraph from beginning to end without having to go back to the beginning again.
And then you want a divorce.
No, I don't want a divorce.
Well, maybe I want a divorce.
Do you?
Well, now that you brought it up, it doesn't sound half bad.
No, you brought it up.
Oh, you're the one who said that men and women were incompatible.
I was using a metaphor. I said we're like different computer operating systems.
That's a simile. A simile uses like or as in you are as stupid as mud. A metaphor suggests a similarity by substituting one word or concept for another. For example, you're a horse's ass.
Do you really want a divorce?
Do you?
I already said I didn't.
Oh, why not?
Because I don't want one. I want to stay married to you.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's just not good enough.
You know, you've done it again.
Then what?
Put me on the defensive when you're the one who should be explaining yourself.
Did I do that?
Yeah. Conversational judo. You're a black belt. Do you want a divorce or not?
Maybe I do.
Well, this is a fine kettle of fish.
Oh, that's a metaphor.
All of a sudden you want a divorce.
Oh, we don't seem to communicate very well anymore, do we?
We never did. Men and women don't communicate well. Men and women come together for sex, and when the sex, winds down, there's not a whole lot left to talk about.
Well, maybe we should both find somebody else then.
Why bother? Look, if you divorced me, you'd wind up right back where you are, lying in bed next to your husband, reading, interrupting him as he tries to read, talking about dust, driving some other poor schnook crazy.
Well, it would be a different schnook.
You know, what's important isn't who you live with. It's who you want to be buried with.
Whom? And don't end sentences with prepositions. A better syntax would be, with whom you prefer to be buried.
With which husband would you prefer to be buried?
What about a woman?
When have you ever been with a woman?
In college.
That doesn't count.
And?
And what?
And Jeannie Sedgwick came on to me.
Jeannie Sedgwick. She's not gay. She came on to me.
Well, then I guess she likes both of us then.
You know you did it before.
Did not. Did what?
You ended a sentence with a preposition.
When?
When you said, do you want to know what household dust is made of?
The rule doesn't apply when the proper usage would result in a sentence up with which it would be fucked.
So I guess you want to be buried with Jeannie Sedgwick.
What is all this buried with nonsense?
That's how you know who somebody really loved, who they want to be buried with.
With whom they want to be buried.
Well, whom I want to be buried with is you.
You know, maybe women should just stick with women and men should just stick with men.
Did you sleep with her?
I mean, think about it.
I am.
The world would be so much less contentious.
If you slept with Jeannie Sedgwick...
If everybody were gay.
I could never have sex with a man.
Haven't you ever masturbated?
Of course I have.
Well, then you've had sex with a man.
Yeah. But that was my favorite man.
Everybody should just, stick with their own gender. That way, men and women could come together and communicate intelligently for a change. We could mingle at cocktail parties like a big New Yorker cartoon.
It wouldn't work. Just thinking about all those women having sex with each other will get the men all hot. I mean, just thinking about you and Jeannie Sedgwick is getting me pretty steamed.
We could do something about that.
Well, I don't see how. I mean, Jeannie's not here.
But I am.
Did you sleep with her?
Time to go to sleep.
Did you?
Don't forget to set your alarm.
Are you going to answer me or not?
Not.
I want to know.
What would you do if I said yes? Use it as an excuse to go and find some new sexual thrill? Some kinky, brutal male thing involving blood and dismemberment?
No. I just want to know what it was I wasn't giving you that you had to go somewhere else to get. I want to know so that I could learn how to give it to you. Whatever it was you needed. Because I love you more than my own life. And I would do anything to keep your love. But if you still left me after all that, I'd probably just hunt you down and kill you.
Oh. Why'd you have to go and ruin it for you? You say something sweet and real, then you have to go say something horrible.
I'm a man. I mean, whenever I say anything that even borders on emotional truth, I have to automatically compensate by saying something stupid.
Do you really want to mingle your dust with mine for all eternity?
Well, I would like to grow old with you first. Yeah. Eventually I would.
We're talking about dirt in the ground here.
What about Jeannie Sedgwick?
She'll be dust in the ground too. Someday. You know,
Yeah. I know. Do you?